everybody. Welcome to My Two Cents. What's going on? Thank you for returning and being with us again this week. And I can't go any further without bringing on my partners. Hey, Shantice.
Hey, hi everyone.
Hey, and go ahead, introduce yourself.
What? We can't hear you.
My bad. This is the Brooklyn guy. All right. Here you go.
All right. And we're saying hello to Anika, hanging out in the background. Could not do it without you.
Can't do it.
Thank you so much for making it happen for us. So this week, we are finishing up Mayor of Kingstown, that Paramount Plus series, season 2, episodes 7, 8, 9, and 10. Yes. And there's a lot of happenings going on. And I think I gave Mayor of Kingstown to Shantice to start off last week. So we're going to give it to you this week, Ains, to start off the highlights from episode 7.
Oh, the 7. Oh, okay.
Yeah, like that way we keep in the flow of things, and we're not running back and forth. So let's start with episode 7. What you got?
All right. Okay, I try to keep it contained to 7. Well, I'll put it this way: for 7, 8, 9, and 10, I was constantly thinking and saying, "What?"
Yeah. What? Okay.
First of all, it starts off with all the drones just going over to the prison. I'm like, drones in the prison, like, that's okay? What?
Yeah, right.
And so what this is one thing that it kind of bothered me. The situation with Robert.
Are we talking about highlights, or are we talking about?
Yeah, it's a highlight.
That's a highlight.
It's a highlight. It's a highlight.
No, the good stuff, Ains. The good stuff.
Okay.
Now listen, if you're happy what's going on with Robert, then that's a whole different story. But when you start off with what bothers me, then you're kind of shifting gears. So is this something that you're happy about? You like?
No, I ain't happy with it. All right, okay. I'll say
okay.
All right. There's a lot to talk about. Let me see. I did make some notes. Let me see. It wasn't really good though.
Okay. Well, then pass the baton, because we come around to the cons.
Okay, well, this is one thing. All right, so I think this part when Mike he tried to tell the DA, sorry, the DA got killed and stuff like that. And I think is she the one that was saying, no, it's really his fault and whatnot. But I'm like,
right, Mike's fault, right?
Yeah, but weren't you a part of the deal?
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't condoning, violence, but you did ask for it. You go back on your word.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So for 7, I think I'll leave it right there.
Okay.
I got more to say for other ones. All right.
Okay. All righty. All right, Shantice, what you got for the good stuff for episode 7?
Episode 7 was the drone episode. Definitely interesting to see how creative you get when you're behind bars. I remember Bunny was upset because, of course, he wasn't in on that plan. He had no dollar in that dream to reap water sow. And that's what made him really annoyed. And I remember Mike saying, like, oh, yeah, that the walls are too high for the tennis balls now. Because remember before,
right.
tennis balls over with the drugs inside.
Right.
Now you got to use the drones. And when he caught the guy who was operating the drone and beat him up, that was epic for me. Because again, it's like, you think you low.
Right, right,
Like
right, right,
you
right,
let these people set you up to believe that no one on the inside would be able to keep tabs on this on the outside,
right,
so that
right.
you would get hurt. So that was a highlight for me for episode 7.
Oh, okay. Well, I was short. Well, I gotta tell y'all, I know it's gonna sound like real jacked up, but I'm happy they killed that man, that DA. I'm happy.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
I hate to say that. I hate to say that, but I'm with you, Ains. Listen, when homegirl ADA was on point. She was there. She agreed and signed on to this entire arrangement. Now we know she can't tell this. We know that this is behind the scenes, stuff between her, Mike, and the warden and Robert and all of these people. And we know this. But when Mike brings it to your attention and you sit there and braggadociously talk about, they the bottom of the barrel, they the worst of the litter, and all this kind of stuff. He's like, yo, there was an agreement made. Honor it. And he was like, you think I'm gonna honor it? And yeah, good for you. Because you know what? Here's the thing that has happened
Yep.
throughout this series. Mike has been real transparent and candid about the repercussions of everybody's decision.
Yeah.
right.
Now, what more could you ask for than a moderator that's standing in between the two of y'all, telling the bad guys, listen, you don't want to do this, telling the good guys, listen, you don't want to do this. But everybody is on their own page. Everybody's on a tangent. Everybody want to do what they want to do. And this is what he was saying to the DA. Yo, there was an arrangement made. And we've got to honor that. I mean, we gonna deal with the repercussions. So since you were all of that, then they made you a believer. So I hate to say it that way, but it is what it is. You know what? This is the kind of work that you do. You knew that these people were brutal. You know that they gonna hold to their side. So that's definitely was a highlight for me. I'm sorry. It sounds real and
I agree, Pastor Steph, because
but I'm sorry.
I agree, because I thought that conversation was very disturbing at that table, how cocky he was. And it's like, again,
real. Like
I said before too, like, I don't understand how everyone knows they need Mike's help, but no one listens to Mike. How does that work?
Right.
How do both sides know we can't do any of this? He is the liaison, he is the bridge, but yet there ain't nobody listening to him.
Yeah. Even in the first agreement, he was like, this is really bad.
This is
really bad. Went back on the word. You had all this chaos and whatnot. Now y'all want to go back on your word again. What you think going on?
Right. There's going to be some fatalities, and it's going to be nasty, and it's going to be, something that looks real jacked up. But guess what? You're talking about the lowest of the barrel, as you say, so they don't care. They don't care.
They don't want to face the fact that what happens on the inside also reflects what's going to happen on the outside. And that particularly in that particular town. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So it's closely related. It's really closely related.
That's right. So we got to check in from my boy Terrence. Hey, Terrence. Thank
you
so much for joining us this evening. Another highlight for me. So the highlight for me was okay, I already talked about the man. The highlight for me, I love when they move Bunny and his buddy into I know this sounds like real jacked up. How you get these people become your family in your head. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, they setting him up for like the Goodfellas set up with the, the whole thing. And this was a way of kind of appeasing him because y'all didn't handle your end of the deal.
Mhm.
And so I actually ended up really liking that. So let's flip the script and let's go to the cons of this episode, since Ainsley, I know you kind of hot on that one. What you got?
Yeah, Robert, so now he's under fire for what happened, what he did. And he's
Mhm.
like, everybody's like, oh, if it wasn't for him, he saved our lives and whatnot. But yo, you was shooting, killing people like you stepping
Right,
on roaches and
right,
rats
right,
and whatnot. The slightest thing that moved, pow, 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 pow,
right,
pow.
right,
You've
right,
been gung
right,
ho from the very beginning.
right,
Much
right, right. He
much
has.
less than this right here.
Right,
And I'm like, all of a sudden it's like, oh, they got me, what's the name? Got to go to IAB and stuff like that. There's a witness
right,
come,
right. Ian and
and
Kyle.
yeah. So I mean, oh, or I found the
Right.
person who's testifying against them and
Yeah.
whatnot. I'm like, all this machoism and stuff like this. Now you scared. You scared.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
scared. I'm like,
yeah.
face some accountability here, man.
Right,
I was like,
right,
come on,
right.
man. I was just like,
Mm.
I ain't gonna talk about what happened later on, but I was like, come on, man, please.
Okay, okay, okay. Shantice, some of the cons or the disturbing things. What do you call them? The
Distractions.
distractions. There we go.
Distractions.
It's
Oh,
still
okay.
episode 7, right?
Yeah, episode 7.
Um, I have to kind of piggyback off of Ainsley. So that was kind of like the only distracted thing that I can remember or think of right now. Because it had me a little twisted for a second. Because I'm like, okay, they had to go in the jail and rescue them.
Right.
So
right,
what is this whole calamity about now? That now he has to go before the board for this and talk about that. I'm like, they had to break these men out. Like, what are you talking about?
Right.
I was so confused for a second. But the whole, again, no one wants to listen to Mike. He's like, chill, I'm gonna figure it out. Oh no, because we gotta do chill, I'm gonna figure it out. How I can't, I've just grown to despise how people already, it's hard for people to admit when they need help. Then you finally admit you need help, but then you mad that you need the help to where you don't listen. And it's like, but he said, chill out. He got this. I'm so surprised there hasn't been an episode where this man has had a brain aneurysm or something yet. Because all he does is just rip and run between law enforcement.
Right.
And
the bad guys.
Family. Yes, it's like, how is it that you still able to walk and breathe like a regular mammal? I don't understand it. So that was a little. It was only distracting to me because I had to understand, like, wait, before board, he got a letter about what? But then they have to break in there and get them out.
Right.
And they almost didn't make it out. Like they were the cavalry. I was so confused. So that was the only reason why I was distracted. Not that it wasn't interesting or good or, the acting wasn't impeccable, but it was just like, I don't understand. And then when I understood it, it was like, okay, what's happening?
But you remember all the people he was just shooting up, like the slightest thing that moved, they was killing up left and right.
Right. It was an overkill. He
complete
was
overkill, man. Way over the top.
I'm with the both of you actually, because they did go. So it did make it questionable that we actually went in to rescue, our own, and now you're putting us before, the board. But because of the way you went in to rescue, like you said, Ames, from the word go, Robert has been just trigger happy. Think about all the other episodes when they went in to get the guy who killed Mitch. He couldn't wait. When they went into the house where they raided the place, he couldn't wait. He just goes rogue on his own. He's a wildfire, and he's a firecracker, and he went overboard when he went in to rescue, the people. And now he has to face the music, and it seems jacked up that you went in to rescue your own, but now you've got to explain yourself. It also is jacked up because Ian and Kyle, the two that were in there that needed you to come in here and save their lives, they got to now testify because you didn't know how to do your job the way you were supposed to know how to do your job. So, that was a distraction from, okay, now what's happening now? I've seen this before, and I had to just really remember, exactly what was going on. And I was like, yeah, because he was just shooting up everything. Like you said, Ains, if it was a bug in the corner, he was shooting at it.
It called 8 bullets.
Yeah, and it's like, yo, you out of control. So you know what? It's on you, my brother. It's on you. All right. Episode 8. What we got going on, Ains? Highlights.
Highlights. Mike is always drunk. I don't know how he manages to get through the whole day. I mean, he was just like drinking. First of all, he goes off the grid. I'm like, how you off the grid?
Right.
No cell phone. You just like, I'm out. I know we all need a vacation, and but how you just walk off just like that. The biggest highlight for number 8 is like finally, every episode I'm like, yo, when is Bunny getting out?
Okay.
And he finally gets out in episode 8. I was like, about time. Let the big brother get out. Let him breathe a little bit. So that's one of the big highlights. He finally gets out. But was it this episode? But since nobody don't know where Mike is, now everybody's concerned about him.
Right.
Now another highlight is I didn't understand. I'm like, Ian, he another like I don't understand. A highlight now, you kind of convinced this guy to, oh yeah, you need to go to the dentist so I can get you some fresh air. And you take this guy.
What is going on?
Nah.
And you set it up. Tell him put the hair net on, put the gloves on, on your feet, and you really provoke this what happens there. But this is part, the highlight. It was like after all that goes down, then you consider you buy him something to eat, and you take him to the river and whatnot, and you consider shooting him in the back of the head.
Because now this is a bigger problem than you anticipated.
I'm like, what?
Wow,
what?
Yeah, that was crazy.
What? How you plan on explaining that?
Right. That you took him out, and now he's got a gun, a bullet to the back of his head from your revolver that belongs to the police department.
Right. Now, how you gonna explain that?
Right.
You got to bring it back. It was like, oh my God, oh my goodness. So
yes.
What I didn't get was another highlight. Mike, I didn't know he's apparently he meets up. He's drinking and drunk. He meets up with an former CEO's wife.
Yeah.
And she drops, and as soon as she leaves, it's like,
That's him out.
Be good, do yourself well. Meanwhile, you up there calling the Aryan Nation, yo, he over here. I was like, what?
Can you imagine that?
What?
Another what? Wow. Yes.
So I was like, that is so low. That was it. Yeah. So let me see. I'm up to one of those guys. Yeah, but I was surprised that Mike he was going like
Yeah,
episode. So much
yeah,
is going on. Phone ringing, mother trying to
right,
reach him. Can
right,
for she trying to be the concern for that young guy. She's trying to
right,
see
right.
and whatnot. But that's it for the highlights for me.
Okay, okay, okay. Shantice, what you got?
In addition to Mike going off the grid, that was everything for me. Anybody listen to him anyway? Why not?
Okay, okay.
Why not? And him scaring the bartender because he's like, hold my keys, hold my gun, do not give it back to me even when I ask. Because he knew he was just gonna go as far as he could. But the main highlight again was the whole stupid plan to have your name on record of taking this inmate. He ain't break out. You took him out. You wasn't banking on him losing his mind, even though his mind is already lost. He was unhinged when you took him out.
So, do y'all really think that this, being that, let's stick a pin right here. So, like you said, Ains, he could have stayed in the car, but you didn't want to leave him in the car because you didn't know how long it was going to take for you to get up in there with Ben. Okay. So you bring him with you. You put on the little shocky booty things. You put on the gloves, like you said. You put on the head thing, like you said. Do you really think, Shantice and Ains, that he really didn't think that guy was going to do something?
He didn't. Did you see his reaction?
No, you didn't know.
When the guy came up out of nowhere and punched him and broke his neck, he was so like, oh my gosh, what do I do? Because it's like, I'm trying to stop you, but I don't want to make noise. But oh my gosh, is this really about to happen? And before he knew it, now the neck is broken and God dead.
Yeah,
That's
but
back of the head. He wasn't planning for that. If he was planning for that, it wouldn't have been the whole trying to. Remember, he kept kind of trying to coach him to like be quiet, settle while he was talking to the guy. So no, he just wanted him to be a scare tactic. The plan wasn't for him to actually even say anything to the man, let alone kill a man.
yeah, I was thinking that way too. Except for one thing. Why you got him all with the net in the head, gloves, and the
Yes,
bobby on his
yes,
feet?
that's what I'm
Like, you like
asking.
trying why go through all of that?
Because he
Yes.
was supposed to be at the dentist. So now if anything was to get back, neither one of us are supposed to be here. Because I'm supposed to be taking Candyman to the dentist. Now, if the DNA from our hands or you now able to match the bottom of my shoe to what's in here, I would have to then explain what I'm doing here, let alone what I'm doing here.
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
now what this inmate is doing here, because I'm not even supposed to be here. He wasn't
Right,
even
yeah.
supposed to be there. So that's why it was put the booties on and the gloves and all of that. But he was so not prepared for that. But that guy was just like, you're hurting my friend.
But my thing was, so I do agree. I don't believe he thought he was going to kill him because that happened in like lickety split. But I do believe he thought that he was going to do something, even if he assigned him the task. So in other words, rough him up. You know what I'm saying? Something. I just do not believe that this was just as a precaution. Because I did think that. I was like, well, if he ain't supposed to be there, you can't leave no hair fibers or anything. But why would you care? If y'all just gonna walk in and walk out, why would you care about a hair fiber? Why would you care about the fingerprints? Why would you care about your shoes as much as you were? That's because I believe he may not have thought about him being killed, but I honestly believe that he was going to rough him up a little bit. He was using that guy to intimidate him.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Because he said something like, either do this or he's gonna show up here or something like that.
Right. He knows your address. This is what I'm saying.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Already, nah, you solidified for me right there. You ain't go up in there just, that man pushing you and breaking his neck. That was way out of your thought process. But
and he was so aggressive with it. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was.
And he did it kind of quick too, man. Oh man.
Yes, it's like boom, boom, 2 moves. He was dead.
Oh, like, yo, you down like that? Just that quick?
That's why he in jail. All them people he did that to.
And when he kicked the door open with 1 kick,
yes,
it took me like a few times, man, myself.
Yes, you could tell. This was his thing. So go ahead, Shantiz. I just wanted to ask that question.
No. I mean, we pretty much finished flushing it out. That was a highlight for me. That and the who's the winner that said we should steal the guns?
That's not this episode.
It's not. Oh, sorry.
No, that's not this episode.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so
that's my highlight for next week.
Okay, no, that starts episode 9.
Yeah.
So that whole incident with them going into that house and him killing the man, it sounds pretty bad, but it was a highlight for me because you know what? They're too busy creeping. Y'all are trying to catch these criminals, right? Y'all are stopping these criminals, and y'all are just the biggest criminals yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Y'all are the biggest criminals yourself. You knew good and well that you didn't need to wait until you took this guy to this dentist. This was all prearranged. This was the plot to get him out so you could take him in there to be a threat. And he ended up becoming more than a threat. He ended up killing him. And I was like, good, because now you got to now creep around how you going to get this, how you going to take care of this. So now you get out to the ocean and now you going to kill him. Go ahead, stupid, kill him. Because now you got your revolver from the police department with a bullet. So what you gonna say? Oh, he got out of control at the beach. Y'all weren't even supposed to be at the beach. Supposed to go to the dentist and go back. So it was just all twisted. So when I saw him with the gun, I was like, I don't know if I want to say poor thing or not, but poor thing, because he had no idea that he was being set up. He was being used.
That was his friend.
Right, and now he bringing him burgers and French fries and all of these kind of things to butter him up and right, to make him think that he's his friend and all of this stuff. So I was happy. That he killed him. And you could tell, I agree with you, Shantice, you could tell that he caught him off guard because it was 1-2. Boom. 1 push, 2 snapped the neck. That was it. It. So you weren't prepared for that move at all.
Yep.
So now you got to deal with the consequences of your actions. Let me see what else. I actually, when he left him the piano, the little keyboard.
Yeah.
I actually did like that. He was trying to make it right. For him to be there by himself, and he was missing Bunny, poor thing.
It was nice. It was nice keyboard, just so you know, come from his bishop.
Okay, well, it's good to know that Bunny did not have anything cheap arrive. So
no, he got a little class about him. I said, all right.
He did, and if that was his music, it was really nice. It was a nice piece that that they used there. So I actually did like that part. Bunny leaving, and now you out, and now this is your life now. You remember before he couldn't go nowhere, he couldn't be outside and all this kind of stuff, but now you on your way home. So I guess you all right. All right. Cons, Ainsley, for episode 8.
I don't know if it's really a con, way it ends. First of all, like we said, Mike, he gives the bartender, here's my gun and whatnot. Don't give it to me. and stuff like this. You know, he goes through this whole thing when now he needs it and stuff because the Aryan
Right.
Nation is after him
Right.
and whatnot. So when he's just walking off, I think he sits down at the end, and that's when he meets Milo. I'm
Yes.
like,
Yes.
that's how we ending right there.
Right.
Like,
Right.
you know, my
Right.
thing is, how did Milo know he was gonna be there?
That's what I wanted to know, Ames.
I'm like,
That's what I
how?
wanted to know.
Because he just randomly walking around. How he know he gonna be there?
Right.
I'm like, that's
Right.
why I'm like, what?
Okay.
That was my distraction. I'm like, how he know? You know,
Yeah, because I
happen
was
to be in the
wondering
neighborhood.
too. Right. When you're supposed to be hiding out and being under, the
I mean, he's in the
the
church, right?
radar. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
You're supposed to be underneath the radar. I
yeah.
agree.
So that was my distraction really for 8 at the
Okay.
end.
Shantice. Okay. I agree.
I don't think I
agree.
have any distractions for episode 8. No.
Okay. Distraction, not distractions or just cons. It's we talk about all the stuff that Mike goes through, him running between, the two sets of criminals, and how anxious he must be at times because his life is kind of out there. He's not free from being killed at any given moment. And so for him to kind of go off the radar wasn't surprising. I was a little surprised that he didn't tell his brother, but it wasn't really surprising that he ended up going off the radar. And now you didn't gave the girl your gun. And I said to myself, I said, so you gave her your gun. You just openly said, don't give it back to me. You didn't say, don't give it back to me today. You didn't say, don't give it back to me if I'm drunk. You said, don't give it back to me, my keys,
Right.
at all. So she, and I'm glad that he did not, like really get angry with her.
Right.
More than he
Mhm.
just told her, just lock up, protect yourself. So it's really, this survival mode that Mike is in, just kind of breathing. And if I gotta go sleep with so and so, and she's just so trifling. She gonna snuggle with him in the bed and all of this kind of stuff. And then, like you said, Ames, when he leaves, you setting him up. And my thing was, so how did you know he was gonna be there? Yeah, why are you in cahoots with the Aryan Nation? How does that even work?
Yeah, I didn't
So
understand that. I didn't get that
yeah,
connection.
I didn't that didn't make a whole lot of sense to me.
Again, what?
But right, it's like, okay, so how would you even know to call these people? How they even looking for them like that? So
Right.
and how you even gonna get that call tonight? So there's a lot of questionable things right there. All righty, let's hit episode number 9. Ainsley.
Number nine, highlight right from the top. Oh, I'm sorry. Number 9, right from the top, as John Cheesy kind of hinted, I'm like, when is Bunny buying a gun
Yeah,
and have
I knew that was a set.
and I'm like, what? Where was this going? And the whole van come in and go rob the whole store, all the weapons and stuff like that.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, well, okay. I'm like, he can his hands
Dirty.
real dirty in himself. But he's standing out like
Oh,
a sore
excuse
thumb as
me.
big as he is.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, that was a highlight. And what the thing was getting to me, he the one was a highlight for me, and he was saying, like, basically he was saying he needs Robert's head. for all the stuff
Right,
that went down.
right, 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 right,
He needs that.
right,
You know, as good as the relationship that him and Mike have, he was like, "Yo, listen, there's a toll to be paid." You know.
right,
Oh,
right.
another thing to highlight now, Mike is back, and now he now for all the calls that he missed. First, he missed the call that his mom. He missed the call that Kyle was trying to tell him that he saw
Iris,
girls.
right?
When he missed the call that that Bunny had got out. You know, um, and here we go again. It was another highlight. And kind of find out. I was like, no. He thinking that the assistant DA is responsible for letting Bunny out, and she was like, no,
Right,
no,
right,
I
right,
had nothing to
right,
do with it. Matter of fact, if I get elected DA, I'm coming after you. I was like, what,
right,
another what?
right. How many what's is this right about now, Ains?
I don't know. I lost count, man. When I got 8, 9, and 10, yeah, it's a lot. You know, now then she explained how it happened. You know,
Okay,
um,
okay.
right? It was the company that's really behind the whole prison thing. They made that happen with Bunny, right? I believe
Right, right, right. Yes, they did. Right, that's what it was. Warwick or whatever her name is.
Well, yeah. So, I made a little note. Let me see what I said. Put it here. Oh, now, and Robert, this is a highlight for me. Robert get his at the end.
Oh, okay, okay.
He catches it and whatnot. He catches it. And he catches it. Yeah, those are my highlights.
Alrighty. Okay, Shantice, what's your highlights?
Again, definitely the guns. I didn't know what was going on at first. It's like you back the car up into the store. They're just like, move. Like, this is set it off too. All of this to cause extra beef and tension between both sides.
Right.
And neither side is listening to Mike. And now you think you can chill up on the roof in your barbecue chair like ain't nothing gonna happen. Like you just did not get out of jail.
Right.
Because that plan didn't go accordingly.
Right.
He was not supposed to spend all that time in jail.
Mm-hmm.
So that was definitely a highlight for me. It's like people are so determined to be the decision maker, the boss, that you just make him move. Like he keeps telling both sides, like, it's gonna make it worse, right? You know this is gonna make it worse. Not only is this something you shouldn't be doing, but it's going to make the situation worse.
Right.
So the ATF is coming now for that.
Right. Like, so now you think law enforcement gonna sleep knowing that you done bombarded this gun store? Like, no, that's not gonna work. So absolutely. So that was my highlight for episode 9.
Oh, okay. Well, of course, I'm with you too. I love when he was in the store asking the guy about the gun, and the poor little man, he just trying to do his little sale. That was a highlight for me too, for them to drive the car back up, the van back up in the car. One of the other highlights for me was Evelyn being mad at Mike.
Yes.
When he went to say thank you, she was furious.
Mm-hmm.
And she brings out, and why I say it's a highlight is because she's kind of caught in the middle of this thing. She knows Robert did some bad stuff during that raid and the prison outbreak. She knew he was doing some stuff, and she was mad because they kind of dropped the charges, and and she was like, well, how did that happen? But I still understand why she's blaming Mike, because he's the one that's kind of caught in the middle of all of this stuff. But
right,
Right. I like the anger part. I like that tension. You almost forget that at one point they were sleeping together.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
Mhm.
like, wow, they're really at two ends of the stick now. He's trying to hold her accountable for the fact that you participated in this. And
Yep.
you know what? You're angry at the result, but guess what? You knew the risks that were being taken. You knew the risk that the DA was taking when he would not honor the agreement. So, why are you all twisted and upset at this thing here? So I actually like the exchange. That was a highlight for me to actually um, get that exchange. Um, you know, this whole thing with Milo and him trying to, trade off Iris for the bonds. I just wish they get rid of Iris, y'all. I just kill
Yeah.
her. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, you know that was gonna be my distraction. I'm like, I don't see what the interest is really.
Right. So we come
That
back
was
to
my
that. We'll come back
distraction.
to
I was
that,
waiting for
Haynes.
that one.
Okay, I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one. But this whole thing, with the two of them and this dynamic, them going back and forth over this Iris thing. You want to say, well, kill Milo, but there's still a little interest because Milo is very unpredictable.
Yeah.
And isn't this is episode 9 when they set him up at the railroad crossing
Hmm.
to purposely be late for the 12 o'clock. Because he's got this 12 o'clock, he keeps watching this clock. And, so that there, I was interested because I didn't know whether he was going to take a chance and drive through the
That's what I
through
thought.
the
I was like, go
things.
through that bad
Yeah.
boy, man.
Right. I'm like, you bad, go ahead. When he kind of looked in each way, I thought he was good. So that was a little excitement for me. I was kind of like eager to see exactly what was going to be happening. And because I'll save that one for my cons. All right, so Ainsley, go ahead, give that con.
Iris. I'm like, I'm kind of tired of seeing her. I'm like, I don't,
Yeah.
I don't. It's like I'm sorry you went through everything you went through, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry to see the attraction.
Right.
$14 million for on saying for this woman. I'm sorry, woman got to go.
Right.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
with you, Ains.
I'm sorry. Did that 14 million? No, you ain't seeing that.
Mm-mm.
I don't get it. I just don't. I just don't get it. So I'm so sorry. That's too much of a distraction. I was like, that wouldn't be me at me at no certain time at all. Wouldn't happen.
Right.
So, and I'm surprised that Mike didn't pick up that when she called him, say, "Yo, meet me at the park." He didn't realize it was already set up.
Right.
He already seen Milo. He got to realize that got to be something. So. I'm just tired. To me, the distraction. Every time she came on, I'm like, "Oh boy, hurry up with this."
I'm with you. I am so with you, Ainsley. Oh my goodness. Was that your only distraction?
Yeah, that's mainly it. Soon that I was like, "Here we go."
Okay. Shantice, any cons or distractions?
Con was definitely Iris. After she went back to Milo, they should have just had her decapitated or something.
Whoa.
Yeah, because all of that, he done cut the chip out of you and all that, and you went back. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
And put the chip back in her.
Right. Stay over there. Stay over there. And your storyline should be the end at that point. But it wasn't a distraction, but the sad part. So I don't have a distraction, I don't have a con. The sad part in this episode was the young kid that the mother was trying to save, and how he willingly laid in front of the head. So that was his way of committing suicide, because he just knew he wasn't gonna make it where he was, let alone when they transferred him. They didn't even transfer him yet. That was going on where he was, and he just already gave up. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like, I can't even imagine. Just like, it's one thing to think it, but then to actually put it into play because you're that hopeless. And for you to lay there to wait for the truck to run over your head, that's a different type of suicide. That wasn't no instantaneous bullet to the head or in the mouth or
right. Yeah,
that was almost like a slit in your wrist type of thing. When you slit your wrist, you don't die immediately because the blood gotta run out. You know, you have to bleed out. You know, so that was just like, wow, okay. And now I'm just like, how is the mother gonna feel when she finds out that?
Right.
Because she was adamant. She cussed the girl out for asking about speaking to Mike for her. Because I think the family member was coming into town and all that. So for her to go to Mike on behalf, like she cared that much to get involved in whatever Mike is doing that she already doesn't agree with. You know, Mike will be able to get the job done.
Right.
And his baby done killed himself. So that was really sad. Really sad.
Okay. Well, that was my those two were definitely cons and distractions for me. You know, my thing was when she went back to Milo episodes ago and laid in his lap, talking about she have no place to go. I was like, well, then go ahead and kill yourself, because that's what you do if you go back to him.
But that was so insulting. That was so insulting as well. This man rearranged his life so that he could help you, and now you ain't got nowhere to go. And I thought about that earlier because I had someone said to me something like, well, I'm doing this by myself anyway. And when I thought about it, I'm like, so you just forgetting the fact that I've been there when I was able to be there. But that's like, people don't pay attention to what they say. You know, like, I don't care how much you feel alone, but you at some point you're gonna have to remember that even if it was one time, somebody did what you don't know what people got to move around in order to do what they need to do for you. And as we saw how he had to go off the grid without even telling his brother, because he knew his brother was going to talk or be looking for him. And you know, he just had to be out of sight, out of mind. He could have easily done that with you. You chose that life. You weren't trafficked. You chose that. That's why it was nothing for you to go back. You chose that life. He saw that you wanted out and he helped you. And I couldn't believe, I was like, just decapitate her already. Like, why are you still looking at her?
Yeah. When she went and laid her head in his lap,
I
ain't got no place to go. Not only that, remember, she ran away from his family's house.
Yeah.
So what you mean you ain't got nowhere to go? No, you do. You ran away from the feds. You ran away from the family house.
I understood the feds.
You don't want nowhere else to go. But regardless, what I'm saying is, don't say you ain't got nowhere to go, even if that ain't, a pleasurable option. You had somewhere to go, so stop that. So I'm like, why are you chasing her? Like even Kyle had to ask her, what is it about her?
Yeah.
What is it about her that you just can't just kind of let this thing go? And considering that he's never slept with her, is really just another puzzle piece.
I'm like, where these men at?
Right? It's like, yo. So, those were kind of like the distractions and the cons for me. Let me see what else. I think that's it. But before we go into our finale, let's talk about this trivia information, Shantice, that you have.
Yes. So we'll have Anika pull up the trivia video.
So Martin was considered for Pookie.
Yeah.
Can you speak to his audition process, or what made you choose Chris Rock over Martin Lawrence?
I just felt that I could get qualities from Chris, and I'm sure I could get different qualities from Martin that would be beautiful. But I felt like I could get layers from Chris because there was also a political component. And if you watch his stand-up, it doesn't surprise me at all years later that he has the ability to also put things that are political in a context for us as well. You dig it? And so his zeitgeist was already broad, and there was a vulnerability to him that I liked. In a gangster movie, you emotionally link in with the gangster. I knew they would link in with Nino, right? And I thought we might have them link in with the cops too. But the big thing was, could we get them to connect with the victim? If you can get them connect with the victim, then the crime would not be victimless. Chris could be a really complex Pookie. I knew he could do the comedy, and I knew he was new to the acting. He was insecure about it a little bit, which he should be, because it's new. So I said, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do silent film. So if you look closely at New Jack City, all his comedic stuff, I let him do his crazy fun. I mean, Chris Rock, bring your heat to it, bring your game to that. But his drama stuff, that was all me bullying him, and I would talk him through it. Feel the crack pipe, feel this, lean forward, suck it in more, shake more, feel the train's going overhead now. I'm pushing on you, more, and I could talk him through it. And then take my voice out, put his voice in, and we would have it.
Oh, wow.
So I knew how to get the performance. And he knew how to give the performance.
He ended up doing a phenomenal job portraying Pookie, legendary role.
Wow.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Wow, I didn't either. All right,
Mario.
Shantice, you got first dibs on this one.
That was extremely interesting because I was trying to visualize Martin as a crackhead. And not only Martin as a crackhead, and this is when you know you've nailed the role, because when we can't say someone else could have done that, even if they could have, but because you've just made that role iconic, you've made those scenes iconic. I agree with Martin Van Peebles. Like
Mario
Van Peebles, I'm sorry. Mario Van Peebles, I knew it sounded off. That Martin executed it the way, he didn't execute it the way that Chris Rock did. It was a different type of, and then not only that, after watching the Martin reunion and learning that Tisha Campbell and Tashina Arnold had to learn comedic acting from him, and he had to learn dramatic acting from them. You know, and didn't mean he couldn't have learned it right then, because you just heard Mario Van Peebles say he had to teach Chris Rock on the spot pretty much. You know, as far as the drama aspects of his role. But I don't think he would have killed it like that. I think and you know what too, for me, I think Martin is way too funny. Like Chris Rock is funny, but Martin was way too funny for you to be like taking him that serious in that type of role, in my opinion. Okay. And not to say he wouldn't have done good, but I think he's just way too funny that you would have just been like, wait, this is Martin. Where you should be crying and mad because Pookie done relapsed. You sitting there laughing. It's like, this is not the effect we supposed to be having at this point. So yeah, I think Chris Rock was the much better choice.
Okay. What about you, Ains?
I 100%, 1000% agree with Shantice. Yeah, it's like, you know, now you can't see nobody else playing that role. But
right.
Nobody else. And I kind of agree, because, you know, Martin, he could do it. But I don't, he just, even in the movies that he are in more serious, we don't think we could like seen him in anything that to that depth. Yeah, and I don't know if we really appreciate that. I really don't, because as Shanti said, he's known for more comedic stuff, and it would be a bigger stretch, I think, coming from that perspective, as opposed to a younger Chris Rock, and we can kind of see like, yeah, this is probably, we can really believe that role, that character.
Right,
that he portrayed.
right. I
Sorry.
actually agree with both of
Sorry.
you. The two areas where he showed, Mario Van Peebles showed that he walked Chris Rock through that role with the crack pipe, and the part when he was there, right there, where he was with the girl in the building, and right, you know, and he was this like on her, and it was like this sinister behavior and talk that, you know, that he was delivering. And I don't see Martin there. As great as Martin is, I don't see that edge that it took for Chris Rock. I think it took Chris Rock being a newbie. You know, sometimes I think you know, ironically, newbies tend to do a different job than veterans. Rookies tend to do a different job, and I think in this particular role, that the edge that was needed from being a newbie, Chris Rock had to prove himself here.
Yeah,
this was his breakout role. And they couldn't have, look, go put that picture back up there, Nika, please. They could have never had Martin looking this nasty.
He don't
nah.
Yeah. He done smoked his teeth.
You know, Martin joked about he must have smelled
that's Martin who said that.
But, right, but Chris Rock looked like he must have smoked those. They could not have gotten Martin to look this bad and was believable. Yes. You know, I do agree with Martin, Mario Van Peebles, that Martin just was not going to deliver the same. And you know, that I have to tell you, these casting directors and these casting agencies and the casting directors, you got to have a real knack to be able to say, you know what, I don't want a name here. Because Martin was a name, and that would have been a draw. He also looked at you gotta be able to look at a Wesley Nino Brown versus the Pookie thing. You know what I'm saying? You've got to be able to look at when G Money and Gunna Man walks up on him, and he was like, "Yo, you know, you think I'm stupid?" You know, Martin wouldn't. The intensity that came from that scene would not have come from Martin. Martin would not have been able to deliver that level of intensity. G Money, Alan Payne, even in that moment, helped to deliver a level of intensity. Yes. That had it been Martin, you probably would have started laughing. You know what I'm saying? So it really, really, and you know, you got Bill Nunn behind him with that stature. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
New Jack City. Right. You know, it's we know these movies.
You've been like, yeah, okay. Yeah.
Right. You know, it was this, let me tell you something, and I'm going to step out on it. We can bring it to the screen. I'm sorry.
We can.
I'm sorry. They do not give us the props that we deserve because they think that the contents of the movie is not what they want to see. And I think you've just really got to look past that.
Right.
These people bring the smoke. They really do. And even when you think about that little piece right there, you know, we're talking about Chris Rock as the crackhead. He wasn't acting as a crackhead at that point, but just again, the dynamic of the three individuals. 4, 5, right. You know, Martin couldn't have jumped up like that. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't have moved like that. But even if he could, it was just that whole scene right there. It had you kind of glued because remember now, this is Chris Rock trying to play off the fact that he's high.
Right.
You don't want them to know that he's high in there.
Right.
And like, that's why I was like, yo, you think I'm stupid? He's like, this ain't no gym. right, just all of that, kind of lends to the brilliance behind Mario Van Peebles choosing Chris Rock over a Martin Lawrence.
I got a question for you. You bring it. I'm trying to think of this. I'm like, okay, what role have we seen Martin do that required anything to that depth? I can't think of anything off the top of my
I
head.
can't think of anything either.
He hasn't. Everything is comedic, and I think because he was as funny as he was, he got typecast. Because I remember.
Okay, that could be it too.
I remember he did an interview, and I don't remember which show, but whoever the host was asked, like, why don't you play, any like dramatic roles or, anything? He was like, I'm never offered those roles. He's like, I'm always offered the roles like bad boys and stuff like that. And I really think it's because he was so enjoyable.
Right.
And
right.
That is like, even if he was good, I don't want to spare this hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever the duration of the movie is. I'd rather see him in this essence. I don't want to. I think the most dramatic he's ever played was Thin Line Between Love and Hate. I think that's the most.
It was
right,
yeah.
and that was towards the end of the movie when he went to go approach Brandy for burning down the club.
Right.
I think that was that was towards the end of the movie. So again, almost 2 hours of nothing but great acting, but comedic acting. And now this calls for this drama because Lynn Whitfield was bringing.
Oh, she was bringing it. Yeah, she was. She was
that pain.
Yeah.
Yes. So you can laugh at that in that essence. You had to, and again, I think they always did really good with pairing him up with female actors who knew how to bring that. Even with, Tashina Arnold and Tisha Campbell have been acting since they were adolescents. But, with him being paired with them, he was able to learn that. So now he's paired with a veteran like Glenn Whitfield, who's coming from Women of Brewster's Place and all that. She already knows how to bring it. And she has to kind of step up with the comedy a little bit as well, even in her little slick undertone in the movie. But I think that's the most dramatic he's ever gotten. Thin Line Between Love and Hate. And again, that was at the end of the movie. Oh, I'm sorry. A little bit in the middle when she was in the house uninvited making the pancakes.
Yeah, I don't recall. I mean, really don't see him do anything. And that would be interesting now. You got like, let me see, can you do something like that? Prove to us that you can do something like that, totally different.
Right.
Out of character.
Right. And even that picture that Anika just had up there where he was in the meeting, and he didn't have to say anything at one point, but again, that level of intensity, that level, that ambiance of you're in the middle trying to prove yourself and trying to stick in there because you got the Appleton on your back because he didn't threw you up in this rehab place, and now you got to try to stick this thing out. And you're fighting back and forth. This is brilliant acting. You would have never known this was a rookie. You really would not have known this was a rookie. So I really think, for all of the trivia you've brought us, Shantice, where we've had the thing was, somebody else was cast and this one was auditioned. They always ended up nailing it. To where we were like, nah, that wouldn't have worked. So this was a good one. Thank you. All right, let's wrap this up. Let's get to the finale of Mayor of Kingstown, episode 2, season 2, episode 10. All right, what you got for us, Shantice?
Episode 10. Trying to wrap my head around. Wasn't that the episode? With the whole big old shootout.
Yes.
In the house.
Yeah. Highlights.
That's my highlight.
Okay. No, I'm just making sure.
Yes. The whole big shootout in the house because you mad that Mike didn't make it to you in time. So now you pop up at his house with his mama.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And now it done turned into Warzone 99.
Right, right.
So where now mama gets shot by Kyle's bullet. Now how all this shooting going on? But it's your bullet that shoots your bullet.
Mm-hmm.
True that, right? Yeah.
You know, and thanking God that his pregnant wife wasn't there.
Right.
Because she possibly would have been struck as well. But how coincidental that what's her name? Iris didn't get struck.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And this is mainly stemming because of you. And it's always the innocent that get caught up in the crossfire. So that was my highlight.
Right.
Episode 10, the finale of season 2.
Right. Okay, that's your highlight. What's your highlight, Ames?
I had quite a while. It was a lot of little highlights. First of all, Mike, he survives all the gunplay. You know, first, you know, with he was coming out the bar, that whole situation. Then when he gets struck by the train, you know, and when they come up with the big, you know, SUV, he survives that 3 against 1.
Right.
You know, he manages that and take their car. You know, to me, you know, highlight. I was like, how, you know, later on when he gets in, you know, to go get my car, but there's no, you know, but act like it didn't happen. You got, you know, you got all this stuff going on undercover. You know what I'm saying? You done got $14 million of you know, bonds and whatnot out the precinct, out, you know, undercover.
Right.
You know, he done got somebody killed out of, you know, using the crazy guy out of jail. You got all this crazy nonsense going on.
Mm-hmm.
Out of, you know, and I'm like, ain't no evidence is coming up and whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The biggest highlight to me at the end, I was like, you know, Milo was still alive.
Yeah. When he called Tatiana.
Yes. And I'm like, why can't we get rid of him?
Yeah.
I know he's still alive. We say Tati, what you mean?
When he called Joseph's baby mama. That was Milo calling her. Remember, Joseph dead. Iris done killed Joseph.
And he said, I'm on my way back.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I missed that.
Yeah, that was one of the last things that happened. She was on the phone with the baby in her arms.
That's probably
okay. All right. I missed that one. Okay, I missed that one. Yeah. So yeah, but all of I'm like, so that was a highlight. Another highlight that Robert, he's not dead. I want him to feel every single pain, you know, he got coming from.
Wow, Ace, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. He got to feel that all beat up and whatnot. Again, even if it was in the house when all that gunplay started going on, I'm like, how come Iris didn't catch a bullet? All that stuff going on.
Oh Lord, yes.
You know, I'm like, oh, come on, really? Come on now, come on now. Yeah. So I think it was a lot of gunplay. I was like, okay. A lot of it was a little bit kind of like Hollywood, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Highlights for me. I like the exchange between Mike and Bunny on the roof. When he pulls the gun on Bunny, it's like, yo, what he did to Robert, you know, did you really have to do that? You know, he's laying up in the hospital, and Bunny could care less. He wanted him dead, but he wanted him to suffer. They could have killed him easily, you know, when they shot at him and all of that. So he wanted him to suffer. He did not want him dead. And Mike finally stands up to Bunny, and Bunny was like, all right, everybody off the roof. And if you hear gunfire, make sure you send him to Jesus. You know, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
So that was a good one. That I like that. That was a highlight for me. Because remember, over these past 2 seasons, we've seen a lot of peaks and valleys between Mike and Bunny.
True that. Yeah.
We've talked about, we've highlighted the fact that there was this camaraderie where they were sitting up looking at the stars and talking about and so many times where they were there, and they still can drop as low as to become two enemies because they're not on the same page. And I'm really liking that dynamic in this particular finale episode, where it's like, yo, I'm putting this gun up to you. I'm willing to go here, even if it means my life. I need to let you know I'm serious about this thing. So I really actually liked that. Why? Okay, no, that's a con. Let's see. That was my con. My con was Milo blowing up until he called Tatiana, and I got mad all over again. I was like, why? Okay. So Shantice, give us your distractions or your, cons.
Distractions or cons. I mean, Kareem was kind of getting on my nerves a little bit.
Oh, please. Another one who kill himself.
Like, why would you go back to this job? If my wife had to come and find me naked in the closet, shivering.
You're right.
It's time to quit working altogether. I don't care where the job is.
You stupid.
Because whatever job has a closet. No. But forget, I'm never going to work at a jail again. I'm never working anywhere again. That's it. I think I qualify for long-term disability, and I'm going to ride on that until the day I die. So it's like you put yourself in this position, you know what it entails. On the legit end, you know what it entails. On the middle end, where you're dealing with Mike, you know what it entails. And you see where the dark side got you. So why would you even do that to you and your wife? Your wife who now has to care for you and baby you. And she's trying her hardest not to really cuss him out and sound insensitive. But it's like you keep putting yourself in a situation. You bad when you've gone through something like that, and now I'm mad at you. Like, I should never be mad at you ever again in life, knowing you've experienced that. And a lot of other things that he hasn't shared, because I think he got raped.
He did. Right, they said it.
Okay. Right. They did. He lied and said that he didn't believe it.
Right.
He did.
So again, you be lucky if I want to see a bar, let alone be somewhere where that's all there is. Bars everywhere. You must be out your mind. So it's just like Iris. Why would you go back?
Right.
Why would you go? Both of them went back. There was no legit reason for him to go back there. And you still jacked up. Even if you were like, okay, good, that's still not a place you should ever be again. And with you knowing you're completely unhinged, because the first thing you did when you went back is you beat the man's intestines out. So no, you have no business. Yeah, that was the only con for me. Somebody just fired him. Something, okay. A shank in his pocket or something. Because he's just annoying at this point.
Well, here's the thing. This issue with Kareem, he wasn't innocent in all of this.
You knew what it is to work with Mike and them. So why would you put yourself, and now you want to act like a law-abiding citizen and you on the right side of the badge.
You were bad, right? You were bad with all that episode.
Right. You got my happened to him, right?
Season 1, you were bad. You weren't helpful when y'all were talking to the warden, and no, you did what you did. And now, you messed up. Then when you went back for season 2, you beat up the people trying to get revenge, and remember he lied to the counselor so that he could
go back. Right?
Yeah, right.
No, I don't feel sorry for you. You had an out. They didn't force you to go back. with your life almost taken, with you being raped, with you being traumatized of the whole prison chaos and all of that, they weren't mandating you go back. So you opted to go back, and now you all twisted. And, no, go have a seat somewhere. Um, Same thing with the distracting con is Iris. Again, why they didn't put her on the boat with Milo for when it blew up? She would have been the one who died. Um,
That would have been beautiful.
yes, please get rid of her. I'm so tired of. To me, she has a useless. Um,
So that would have been beautiful.
yeah, she has a useless presence for me. When Joseph went and took off his rings and said to her he was going to do X, Y, and Z, I ain't feel the least bit sorry for her. And I felt bad that I didn't feel sorry for her. But I'm like, no, I did, y'all. And I'm like, no, I'm tired of feeling bad for her. She didn't just walk
like,
up and,
let me try.
right. And I'm like, no, and she just happened to stab him up, But you know what? I don't feel sorry for her either. She is a major distraction anytime they put the camera on her or she pops up on the screen. Milo coming back is definitely a low point for me. I wish they'd get rid of him too. The only one I want to see come back in season 3. I'm mad that Robert lived. Ainsley's happy because he gets to suffer.
Mhm.
But I'm like, no, let him die. I know we sound like a bunch of heartless Christian people.
Kill him, blow her up. That'll be beautiful.
But you know what's funny? When you watch these series, it becomes a part of your life. You're invested, right? You're invested, and you feel like you're a part of that. Oh, please, Anika, please take her off the screen.
I want to see Iris. Let's send that to her. I want to see her.
No. Don't do it, Nika. No. Please, Nika, don't do it. Don't do it.
Send it to Shanti on her phone.
I sent it to her for her to put up.
Yeah, you can put that as your screensaver on your phone.
Yeah, I really don't want to see her. I don't. So I'm vetoing that picture. I'd rather see the 3 of us before I look at Iris again. But
it's so bad. I don't think I want to see her in another movie.
No. You sound like Ernestine. She started hating the people in real life. Like, you understand that they're just an actor, right?
Okay, we're going forward, Shantice, real quick. How we shutting this down? What do you hope to see in season 3?
What happened to the mama? How quick Iris is out of it. Cut her out. Yeah, and to see where the storyline goes, because they still have to deal with the fact that Mr. Clean took the guy over to the house, and the guy ended up killing the one who was initially trying to press the charges on Robert. So seeing where that is, and then whatever else, I'm pretty sure now that the mama's, we don't know what's going to happen to the mama. We don't know if that's going to be a continued storyline or, if they're going to chop it off or what. I don't, so if they chop it off, then you can look forward to a different type of storyline being at it. So just waiting to see how that works out.
All right, Ains, what you hoping to see in season 3?
All right, I got a couple things. All right, one, I like to see Ian and maybe Robert. They really gotta face accountability for all the stuff they've been doing.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Now, number 2. Now, we've been talking about Iris. Maybe it's nice to see Mike and Iris really hook up for real.
No, excuse me. Let me do this. No, they
hook up,
That's filthy.
He really, he really does his thing. He represents. and and all is well.
No, Shantae, what do you think about that hooking up?
Why? That doesn't even look right. He looked so uncomfortable when she asked, "Can you do something for me?" And she just wanted to lay on his chest and cry. The way he was laying there was like, okay, you can get up at any point, right? You don't have to lay here all day. You can get up. No, he is so not interested in her. And that would make him so typical. Nah, I hope they don't do anything like that. That would make him such a typical person, and he hasn't been typical since episode 1 of season 1.
I think it follows,
No, but that's why Iris liked being around him, because he wasn't trying to sleep with her.
Right.
So ew, that's nasty.
Yeah, Ames, I'm sorry.
Yeah, they're gonna hook up. Season 2. But I don't know. How many seasons is it so far?
4 so far.
4? All right, by season 4 or 5, they should hook up.
No.
Please, Ainsley, please don't write in and ask and make that request, okay? Please, I beg you. I used to be your friend. I used to love you. No.
Oh boy.
That there with me. Oh, I would be so sick. Every time they come on the screen, I think I would just sit and shut my eyes and just wait for them to go off.
I'll be fast forwarding. Thank God that everything is streamed now.
It's my goodness.
Yeah, when they need their own theme music when they get together. Yeah.
Yeah, the theme music is cookie. Jason or Michael Myers? Which one?
That was a good one, Eggs. That was a good one. What do I hope to see?
I hope to see Bunny sit somewhere other than his roof. Yes. I'm sorry, that just randomly came in my mind.
Okay,
maybe see Bunny comb his hair.
Okay, Kyle, y'all. Kyle. I need Kyle to get his act together. He's got a baby coming, and him and Tracy getting together. I really want to see that work because I like Kyle. Kyle acts like a typical baby brother.
Yes, he does.
They could have gotten they could not have laid out Mitch, Mike, and Kyle better than they did. I think that was a really good. So I really would like to see him and Tracy get themselves together in regards to the relationship. I would really like to see, like you said, I want to see how Ian is going, how they've got to come up with how Ian was at that house with that crazy one. And I hope the crazy one talks. I hope he starts talking, and now he's got to face the music, Ian, for killing Ben. So I'm hoping that
right
happens.
Yeah.
I'm definitely keeping my fingers crossed for that one.
Like some camera footage and whatnot, something like that.
Yeah, I really, 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 somebody else's house, ring bell or something, caught them coming out the house and all of that. I really, really would like to see that. And Mike is my boy. I really want to see how he moves forward. Definitely without Iris. And really, like, where does he go from here? Where does Mike go from here? So let's see. Oh, this has been great. Thank you so much for your time, and hopefully next week, God spares, we will do a the episode, season 3, episodes 1, 2, and 3. So let's get prepared. We should be ready to talk about Mike and what's going on in the Kingstown land of Michigan. Thank you. I'm your girl, Pastor Steph.
Shantice.
The Brooklyn guy. Ainsley.
All right. Thank you, Anika. Couldn't have done it without you. Thank you all for just hanging out with us. And if you catch this on the replay, make sure you catch us next week we'll put out there what we're going to be watching. We didn't have a movie this week because we were trying to wrap up 4 episodes. So I can't wait. Ains, will you be on with me tomorrow, God Spears?
Yes, I will. I'll probably
right.
be on in the car, but I'll be on.
All righty. Make
All
sure
right.
you hang out with us in the morning for It's Due Time with Pastor Steph right here. We got Facebook Live running tomorrow. Thank God we got that all, mishmash all cleared up.
Okay.
And so it's Facebook Live, Coach for Christian Life, YouTube Live, A Closer Walk Christian Media Network. Right here tomorrow is Freestyle Friday, where we talk to the guys, and I can't wait. They keep me laughing. Oh my goodness. Have a wonderful night. Thank y'all. Listen, let's find out whether the Knicks win or the Hawks. Let's go find out.
Just so you know, I got an update. At halftime, the Knicks was up by 50.
No.
It was winning by 50 points.
Wow. Let's go see the rest of the game. All right. Talk to y'all later. Thanks.
All right. Be good.
Okay, you too.